Hello and welcome to my email list. I'm very excited for the next 5 days, the next 5 videos you're going to get regarding your thyroid. These are exclusive videos made just for you. So every single day you'll get a video just kind of giving you the understanding of the basic physiology, the basic metabolism of the thyroid, and we're not going to make it boring. And you're going to see why so many people have issues with the thyroid and the TSH levels are actually normal, or they're taking the thyroid medications and they just still feel miserable. The research is astounding out there. About 16% of the population out there take their thyroid medication and they feel what we call perfect. But there's a lot of people out there that take their thyroid medications, the TSH comes in the range, blood tests are normal, and they still feel miserable. And they still have the side effects, as you probably know, the symptoms of losing hair, fatigue, brain fog, constipation, you name it. It's a lot of thyroid symptoms out there. What's unique about this thyroid, as you probably have done some research on this thyroid gland literally controls everything in your body out there. So we're going to go over this over the next 5 days, and we're going to start in little bits and pieces to really make sense out of it. Now let's talk a little about me first of all. I'm Dr. Anthony Sears. At this time I'm 38 years old. I've been practicing my 12th year. I can't believe how fast it's gone by. I love my practice. I practice functional medicine and functional endocrinology, the functional neurology, and I love what I do, as you'll see in my next few videos. We got into this just to really dive deep down in to find the big problem with this. Now, I wrote a book about 3 or 4 years ago called The 21st Century Doctor. If you're interested in one of these books, just call my office and let them know, and I'll send you a free copy of that. Now, like I said, I've been practicing about 12 years, and I first started out in diabetes, thyroid, peripheral neuropathy. We did some knee pain, some back pain, stuff like that. But my biggest 3 that I love treating is thyroid, diabetes, and neuropathy. But you'll see why thyroid in a little bit. It's so detailed in what we need to get into to fix that and cover up the basics of that area. Now, let's go into some science and try to make this make sense, if you will. You have what's called the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland. They actually sit, they're little glands here, sit in the middle of in your brain, about in between your eyeballs here, between your eyebrows. Those are very important. That's what communicates to your thyroid gland, which controls everything in your body. Okay? Now, what happens, you probably look at, when you look at a blood test, you see a thing called TSH. TSH is basically how the pituitary gland and the hypothalamus communicates to the thyroid gland to produce 2 hormones. You have T4 and T3. But here's what's interesting. The T4 is inactive. Your body really can't use it. And we'll talk more about that in the next videos coming up. But it's mostly inactive. It's got to be converted to T3. If it don't convert to T3, guess what? You're going to feel pretty bad, and that's what happens with this. But usually what happens with the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland is it's like a thermostat. When your hormones get low in your body, it reads that and says, uh-oh, we got a problem. And that's when it starts producing more TSH to fix that area. But the problem is, if you look at labs, the number one problem is the lab ranges are way too broad. If you look at TSH, depending where you're from, they're different everywhere. It can be anywhere from 0.25 to 5.5. 0.25 to 5.5. That's a very broad range, and you can be in that range and still feel miserable. What we like is what we call optimal or functional range, and that needs to be about 1.8 to 3.0. The next problem we'll talk about today in today's short video is, what if all this is fine? This might be fine, and you might have a lot of problems going downstream of this. What we call about downstream is it might not be a hypothalamus pituitary and a TSH problem and a T4, T3. There's some other things that can happen in that body. So let's summarize this real quick and really make sense out of this. The hypothalamus and the pituitary gland is what monitors this. It's the thermostat. If the hormone levels are too low, it measures that and says, uh-oh, we have a problem, produces TSH. But that's not always the problem. If you take your medications, it goes back to normal. You still can feel miserable because T4 is inactive. Your body can't use that in that area. The T3 is active form. Hope you learned a lot about this. You'll be getting another video tomorrow. That concludes video number 1. You'll get video number 2. We'll go a little more detail to kind of get you the secrets to what's going on with your thyroid. I hope you enjoyed. If you got any questions, make comments. You can email me. You can email me back. You can call my office, and we can get on the phone if we need to. I hope you have a good day.